Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to PCM23 Lions. This is episode 69. Confirmation that we don't always get the invite. Even though we put it in for every race except La Vuelta, we have been denied. Last year it happened more frequently when we were in this position, but it does happen from time to time, albeit infrequently this year, and we have not been given an invite to the Tour de Helveti. Paris-Nice is one of the first big tests of the year because prior to this race, even though we're into the middle of March, there tends to be little undulation. The finishing climbs are just that. It's a finishing climb. There's not many climbs along the way in very many races up to this point in the season. And then all of a sudden you've got Tirreno-Adriatico and Paris-Nice going on at the same time to really kick off the climbing portion of the calendar. We're on stage 6 now here for Paris-Nice. It's not a sponsor objective. This is just a let's go out there and do something, be successful, score points. And our overall leader, Mason Samuels, is a terrible time trialist and did terrible in the time trial. So he finds himself well down. So placed just behind him in terms of quality is Matoni. And Matoni is much better placed. So he's probably the de facto leader now with 3 climbing stages to go here. One big mountaintop finish on the next stage is going to come down to those mountain climbers. And so just hanging in there through this one isn't necessarily going to put you in a position to still be successful. But that doesn't mean we want to lose time. Bonona, he's in 3rd place. He's doing fantastic, but he's not a climber, and he's definitely not going to handle stage 7. But we'll see if he can handle today. This is our finishing area, by the way. We're just going to see it one more time a bit later. 47k to go. Sprint point there. Strange place for it, especially with the finish line. Is there any time bonuses for that? Not that I care about 3 seconds, but there are. And I think we just missed the turn there a moment ago where the finish line would be. Whoa, what's going on? Oh, Banuna. Oh, and our weak climber Banuna is fading. Hold. If it would only, still work. Okay, Banuna's furthest down. That's going to help him recover his position. 80 is enough to get up where he needs to be. Really down to just a couple climbs on the day, but still some more undulation in between, including, right before the finish. Peloton has split. It may be a yo-yo situation. May not, actually. I think we're looking at a fairly healthy gap. Behind us, just 74 left here. And shrinking. And Banuna, he navigates it. Not perfectly, but he's gotten through it. We are starting to experience some fatigue. But with protection, the key guys are still okay. And we're going to have a lot of descending to prepare for the final double sequence of climbs there. And we're down to 62 now. 61 even. Surprising to see the field shrink this much and us still be here. Oh, a little yo-yo there, and we've got 41. Now I'm impressed. Even Mohira. This is a recovery time. The descent. A little false flat, but we go and descend again a little bit further. Okay, and we start preparing for the final climb in twofold. Let's up the effort. Let's gel up for the weakest. And Mollebron just a fraction later. Janssen just after that. The 3 domestiques for the day. There we go. They'll have their gels. For now, we hit the valley before we actually climb. Kind of a false flat though. I mean, it is about 2% gradient. And we catch the breakaway. Now making a group of 44. We're looking at medium mountain, which means I think our 85 might not be sufficient for this. No, it's not. Medium mountain rating it is. For Janssen, that's a good thing. As a domestique, puts him under pressure. Already. Wow, we're quite a ways up the climb so far. I'm not looking to turn today into some sort of win. This is more about not losing time for everybody else to set up the next stage. But we're down to 28 riders. Molebron, Mohira out the back. Down to 28. Jansen's about to get dropped. And he goes out with a couple Jumbo-Visma riders. Bowman, Fournier. Down to 24. As we go to crest, I will set things up with these four for the final run. I'll wait until we go over the top. I don't care about the KOM. Down to 23. One more rider dropped. 22. Alright, now. Samuels has the most to gain. Samuels, theoretically, could try to attack early. Oh, he's got a great downhill, too. Let's just attack with Samuels and see if they respond. I mean, he's 241 down. Can he go win this thing? Do they respond to him? And then we'll set up the other three. Okay, they are responding. He's supposed to still be attacking, but he's not. And we need to set these three up. So, anybody capable... Well, it's going to be a descent, really. There's not going to... Oh, wait. Slight uphill finish. So, acceleration, hills rating will matter right at the end. Matoni is the overall leader. Benia Messias is going to lead this thing out. Banuna's the one in third place. And just about most capable sprinter. So, I suppose there's your order. 7.8k is going to go fast, so Benia Messias setting up to the front. Okay, Samuels reaches the bottom. Opens up the gap to 22 seconds. Can you keep sprinting? You're at 3.4k and you've got a sprint point coming up. There you go, full attack. He's going to gain the 3 seconds. He is going to get caught, it looks like. So, Benia Messias, 2.5k. Start your sprint. Are we still sprinting? Yes, we are. Good. We are not still sprinting with Benia Messias. I thought we had already gone through. Is Samuels still off the front? Oh, Samuels is still off the front. 800 meters. Samuels hangs on for the win. Yes, he does. Gains 10 seconds. Vanderpool, Pidcock. Little gaps. Will they give him medium mountain stage? They probably will. They probably will give them, which means Banuna's likely to lose third here. Matoni's still going to be well placed. Banuna falls back a little bit. But we got a stage win. Not a big enough race for South Africa to gain points. Or gain popularity points. But maybe. 5% chance. 1% chance. The gaps that are given. Same time for Vanderpool and Pidcock. But 8 seconds over the chasing group, 18, then 21 over the larger group containing both Matoni and Banuna, though that was the biggest gap that we saw. That's weird that we lose that time, but it was visible. I mean, there just probably should have been another gap right around Banuna, and these guys should have lost similar time, and that's a lot of the key riders right there that didn't end up losing that time. Disappointing on that part, but 21 seconds gained on a lot of riders for Samuels, and 10-second time bonus for winning the stage means he gains half a minute over most or many of the rivals. And this is going to shake up that order a little bit with 2 more climbing stages. One similar to this and a proper mountain stage on stage 7. Banuna keeps third. Leknasun moves into the race lead ahead of Paulus. And then Banuna, Plapp, Lawrence Vanderpool up to 6th. Martinez, a real threat. He's a great climber. Pidcock, Ayuso, Matoni up to 10th. Minute 29 down. Benny Messias up to 13th. Samuels up to 15th to 11. So we've got 4 guys now littered in the competition, in the race for the GC, but Punona, not a climber. Benny Messias, not a good enough climber. Matoni and Samuels, those are the guys we're going to rely on. There's 40 seconds between them in terms of their time, and Samuels is better than Matoni, depending on how the next stage goes, depending on the race day condition bonus of those two. We may ride for Matoni over Samuels this time, or not. Or we might attack with Samuels as he's, outside of the top 10, a little bit further down, and unlike the last stage, it could potentially work out for us. Paris is not the only race we're at. Tirreno-Adriatico happening at the same time, and we are trying to navigate both of these races with the same kind of goal in mind. But we've got a little bit of a B team at Tirreno-Adriatico, and in the last one, we lost Mansour to an injury. Here is the confirmation of his injury. It's a broken hand. Somewhat minor injury. He'll be back first week of April. Won't take too long. Claude is going to be back first week of April. Hanok, Arab, both out a while longer. Arab looks like second or third week of April when he'll be back. But that's 4 active injuries. Molebron is somebody who just came back from injury. We've had a lot of injuries to start this season. Tirreno-Adriatico, it's stage 7 of 8, but 8 is a sprint stage, so it's not going to change the outcome of the race at all, GC-wise. So what we're looking at now is I've got plenty of riders, and this is the race that Mansour was in, so he's out of. We're down to 6 guys. But while I have plenty of riders in the top 25, only one is in the top 10 and in the high enough position to gain a decent amount of points for us, and that's a Shimway. The only rider in red today, even though we have a fairly neutral draw, it's about a -2 from what it should be, but a -4 draw for a Shimway. That hurts. That really freaking hurts. Not that much undulation to this, but tempo is really high. Breakaway has 12 riders. They had a near 6-minute gap, and the chase has been tough. Putting the foot down. Really putting the foot down. And you can see a lot of fatigue in the legs already. There's 70K to go. This same circuit that we're on right now, we are going to be hitting again before the end. And also, I believe that was our finish line right there that we're eventually going to get to. We're already starting to see splits in the peloton. We're starting to see that yo-yo. How many of those will get back on, or are they gone forever? There's 100 off the back trying to regain contact, and it looks like they're just about to. There's enough firepower left in the group to do that. Doesn't surprise me that they can regain that contact, but as you can see, with 54K to go, I need to go get water. Barry has been dropped, but he's right there. I don't know if he has the strength to do it, and he's the one who was protecting a Shimway. Go back and protect him some more, and Haptum can go take care of the water for the final time here. Not big climbs, but just so much undulation on this one, and a high enough tempo. And for us, at the moment anyway, a little lucky that we are able to get water now, while that split is still on. Will they get back up here? It's possible they won't. We'll see with Bari what the gap is like. It's not far. It's just a few bike lengths. And there comes that contact. Haptum still struggling to get the water up there. And that big climb, the penultimate time of hitting it, or the steepest climb, it's not big, is coming up here in a moment. So let's get our climbing legs together. 5 riders try to see this thing out. Bari, go to automatic. Okay, we are well positioned. The front group is starting to split up and the gap is definitely getting small, but it's not a guarantee that they'll be caught just yet. Shimway being unprotected is not the plan either. Protect the leader here. think 85 was a good tempo for this one. Front group splitting up a little bit more. They drop another rider. And another. Nope, he regains contact. Now we drop more riders. We're down to 48. The yo-yo reopened, and then Hapton's been dropped. Let's do this. Probably too late, but we'll do that. We're gonna be down to 3 riders here in just a moment. The group is thinning out rather quickly. Group at the back here that Roteasir has now joined has a lot of riders in it. I'd rather see them not really regain contact, but Roteasir puts his foot down as soon as I put him on auto and pulls the group back forward. 28k to go. Don't need to worry about water anymore. We're down to 8 riders left off the front, and their gap has grown. That's not good. But with only 3 guys, I'm not in a position to be chasing. There's only 26 here. Damage control. How's it looking? Phase, an hour down. Foss, 10 down. 16. Okay, Foss at 10 minutes down is the closest, and there's only 2 minutes here, so we'll be okay. De Villiers is 23rd, 7 minutes down, so he's not even in jeopardy. No bonus seconds, but this is more about survival, being part of the 26, and maybe thinning it out a little further, potentially moving up the order a little bit, maybe cracking the top 5. I don't know. Not likely, but you never know. But yeah, the chase is definitely not on. There's only 3 riders committed to it. And riders are coming back at us instead of going away. Catching some more guys. Somebody else got dropped off the front. Not the climb yet. This one shouldn't see any action. I should be protecting a Shimway. Villiers, you're the one looking a little bit weaker. Go ahead and protect the leader. 25 left. Front group breaking up some more. But not enough. I do think I'm pretty sure they're going to hang on and take the stage. In fact, it's starting to go out again. Out to 3 minutes. If it was down to two, you'd go baby. They got some strong riders in that group. Okay, 6k. And it's on. A Shimway is going to the back of this thing. Anastelic. De Villiers. Gel. But sitting on for now. Okay, punchy guy, De Villiers. Let's put it under pressure. Nope, you're damaging a Shimway too much. Backing off. It's one of those things, it's like you want to go on and win, but you've also got to take care of your leader. And the leader is just not having enough of it today, but we're approaching the top of this thing. Shimway will get a little bit more, 3k. We do split off a group. I'm going to try to, well, there is no win here. Down to 12, yes, we've split off. Split off. Oh, never mind. We did not split off 1.5k. Final kilometer. Lucas Hamilton takes the stage ahead of Madsen. Shimway's going to fade here. There's De Villiers. Johannes Dalek giving his final push. And a Shimway. He's going to lose a few seconds. More than a few. Looks like I did push just a hair too hard on the penultimate climb. And Shimway just didn't have enough left for the finish. I mean, this was a strong field. Pogacar was 7th. Aragave. Johannes Dalek took 9th. Glog, Carapaz, Bettiol, O'Connor. It's just one strong name after another. You get down to the 20th where Shimway is. Rodriguez, Brambilla, Godou, all right in front of them. Very deep field, just hanging with them. With our B team is good. Our B team leader on a -1 when he should have had a +3, not good. Otherwise, he would have held on just fine. In fact, we could have pushed harder, and that when we temporarily split that down to 12, probably would have held. probably would have held because we would have been pushing harder and he would have been fine. Johannes Dalek had a little bit there at the end, but it wasn't about him. It was about the GZ trying to get the points. We weren't winning the stage because the breakaway had already done that, so there was no point there. It was about that overall time. So with the situational awareness of what we had to do, what was expected, what was necessary, there was no point in trying to attack with Johannes Dalek. Okay, so 220 is where Almeida comes in. And then we're looking at 240 for Johannes Dalek. We're looking at 303 and 324. That really does open things up. It changes things. But Ashimwe goes up one spot. That's good. A lot of riders were left behind. So he gets 7th. Pogacar takes the win. Argave, Brambilla, Almeida, Gaudu, top 5. Johannes Dalek moves up to 12th. That is worth points. 2 seconds away from more. I mean, I did try to make that little move at the end when it was, too late to do more for Ashimwe. De Villiers got up to 17th. Might be worth a couple of points. I think the cutoff's about 18th on points, something along those lines. One stage to go, but this is highly unlikely to change unless somebody crashes out on that final stage. We score points. We score a top 10 against some of the best riders in the world. With our B team, that's an encouraging sign. I've got 2 stages remaining for Paris-Nice, meanwhile, and they're both competitive stages. We've got our big mountaintop finish with 17K, 6%, and then in Nice, a final medium mountain stage with 4 climbs along the way, but finishing at one of the lowest elevations of the day. But it's only 114 kilometers, so it's very short. Stage 7 is also relatively short at 161 kilometers, meaning we can expect both of them to be difficult throughout. 3,500 meters of climbing, 2,000 meters of climbing. It's a lot. 5,500 meters of climbing to go in 275 kilometers. That's substantial. That's definitely going to be hard on the legs, and we're going to need a good draw from Samuels and from Matoni if we're going to have success at Paris-Nice. Ashimwe, I think we can call that success. But those 2 stages, they're going to take a little bit too long to certainly to squeeze into this episode, but also the time frame that I happen to be on today. So they are going to be rolled over into the next one. That's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.